Crypto.com's Daily Brief. The answer to your question is learn the goddamn process, trade your trading plans, don't take too much risk on any one trade, and just let yourself get rich.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Rational Investor. This is Julian, starting late as always. I was very tired today, guys. Let me tell you, long day, lots of stuff happening. I was very stressed about raising the price of the breath indicator. We had to do it. It's wow, 1,995 for everyone that got it at 795. Congratulations. You got it at the lowest price that it is ever going to be again. Like, it's never going to be 795 again, ever, ever, ever. Yeah, sorry for being late. Everybody's complaining. I'm so tired today that I had to get a coffee. Look at this. Look at it's from a Thai coffee machine. They literally have automated coffee machines. This cost about $1.80, and that's with the extra shot. I'm not gonna drink the whole thing. I'm maybe gonna drink like that much, but yeah, it's pretty good. Hopefully no side effects from that coffee while we're having the stream. That would be awkward. My soft shirt game is on point. Oh, thank you. This is a different soft shirt today. It's more of a, it's actually a, this is a real Under Armour shirt. You can see the Under Armour from the US. You know, ironically, Under Armour is like a third of the price in the US compared to here. I can get 2 pairs of Under Armour underwear in the US for like, I think it's like $20 or $25. And then here for 2 pairs, I'm pretty sure it's $30 or it's $40. It's crazy. So I always try to buy all the stuff in the US. You don't realize how good you have it as a consumer in the US when it comes to clothing, shoes, return policies in retail stores until you like move out of the US. I think also in Europe, I think it's probably great. Like the worst thing, my biggest wake up call in Thailand was when I bought a pair of shoes and I thought, oh, well, you know, I'm not sure about them, but I've been looking forever. Let me just try them for a week. And if I don't like them, I'll return them. Let me tell you, you can't return shoes. They look brand new. They couldn't even tell I didn't wear them, but I was not allowed to return those shoes. So, you know, I wasted like $150 on a pair of shoes that gave me blisters. So that's something that kind of sucks here. You can't return anything. Once you buy it, that's it. So you really have to, you know, take time. It's fine with most things, but with shoes, it kind of annoys me. All right. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. Let's shrink my face and let's talk about what's going on in the market. By the way, we're going to do something special. We're going to look at what I said last week. We're going to watch the stream for just like 2 or 3 minutes. And then we will then go into today, like now. We're going to go into the past and then we're going to come back into the present day. Maybe if you're lucky, at the end of the stream, I'll go into the future. Imagine that. If you see me go into the future, that could be exciting. All right, shrinking, going down here. I can never get the lighting the same. It's so annoying. How do I get rid of this? Video, media. Yeah, okay. So there's me. There's my screen. Thank God there's nothing bad up there. Let me shrink myself a little bit more. Okay, so now you've got 2 me's on the screen. Congratulations. I can't go full screen because then this is what happens because I'm on a 4K massive monitor. So we've got to just do this. So you're gonna have to just bear with me here. Okay, this is the best I can do, guys. All right, so hopefully you can hear this. Let's go through my S&P analysis from last week. Let's see how off I was, and then we're gonna talk about this week. And hopefully, you know, if I was right, that'll give you a little bit more faith in me going forward. But this is only educational advice, so if I'm wrong, you don't sue me, please. Anyway, all right, here we go.
I think it's ironic that at
We're
the
listening
bottom,
on 2x speed.
you had not really the bottom. It was like the day before the bottom. You had this huge thing happen with Israel and Palestine. I'm not gonna get into the politics of it. I don't even want to talk, which would probably make more people sell. So, you know, be very careful with the news and what's happening, and try to pay off.
Wait a second. This is the wrong stream. This is 2 weeks ago.
If you looked at the
We're watching the wrong video. Hold on. Damn it. I hate when I make these mistakes. Like, what is going on? Here we go. Right here. This one. This is the one we want.
So I'm sure everybody watching this heard about the breath. And if you didn't see, if you're not already a member or on our email list, you wouldn't know that. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to raise the price of the breath. Well, actually, if we want to be really detailed, it shorted at 11:30 a.m. my time.
All right.
Well, I was short from the recommend. And if I go over here, I'll show you.
All right.
And you would be up right now.
All right.
So right here, we have the getting away from. We're trying to long this market. Something I did notice on the 1 hour is that we did get a spike higher, and we're kind of creating a bit of a.
Let's go back.
I thought we'd get a little bit of a bounce. There was a potential.
We're just gonna watch this.
And the market would bounce. There were so many areas. I mean, we were right below the 200. Fool a bunch of people, just bounce higher. I was very surprised that it broke down from here. Now we have an 8, time to mark 8 on the daily chart. Typically a reversal area, or at least a pause. But we have extremely bearish stochastic RSI. Big breakdown on the weekly chart. Look at this weekly. Look at this RSI. Massive breakdown here. This was your big breakdown, but it wasn't convincing me yet. But now we're down here. Not good. Not good at all. We're down 1.1%. You know, interesting. TRI breath has been negative the whole time. When did the TRI breath short? Let's check when the TRI breath went short.
Okay, that's me talking about the breath again. Let's skip forward.
So this is exactly where the breath went short. 4,300 on the S&P. And if you use the 3 times ETF that we recommend, right here, this is where you would have went long right here on the 19th. I'm kicking myself because I'm just gonna close almost everything. Right now it's still bearish, so that's another sign of, you know, be careful with trying to long this market. Something I did notice, daily, so on and so forth. But I wouldn't.
So anyone just joining, this is me last week. We're just gonna go through it another like 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna talk about what's happening right now.
1 hour chart. Considering this weekly is so bearish, so you gotta remember, right, we work on time frames. So the weekly is the strongest. Then we go to 3-day, daily, so on and so forth. We can even look at like a 2-week. You know, 2-week complete breakdown looks like total shit. So you need to be careful with trying to counter trade these moves when the trend is clearly on the downside. So right now, this is a bear. You have to look for bounces, and those bounces are short opportunities. We're no longer in what I would consider even possibly a bull. It looks like it's game over, and I would look for a bounce to enter on the short side. That's how I would be looking at this. So that's how I'm playing it. I'm gonna look for a bounce, and I'm gonna probably get in the shorts unless we can break above my trend heuristic channel at 4,300. If we can break above that, then I'll consider longs again. But for now, any bounces, I'm going to be shorting.
So I said something very important there. What did I say, guys? What did I say? I said that last week I'm looking for a bounce, and if we get the bounce, okay, I will look to get short at around 4,300, around the 200-day moving average. Where are we right now? Let me go to S&P 500. We are at, let me just show you guys, 42.94. We're right at that level. We're actually a little bit above the 200-day moving average now. 200-day 42.50, and now we're right around that 4,300 level. Okay, so let me go back to the video, and we'll watch just a little bit more, and then we're gonna get into the current analysis.
So that's the S&P. If you're caught in any longs right now, please be careful. If you're still stuck in them, I don't know if I'd recommend exiting at this point because we're very close to a possible bounce area. But it's a tricky zone. That's why I'm not. It's almost like a no man's zone in my opinion. If you're in the trade, okay, great, you can hold it. But it's not an area where you'd enter the trade. You would have wanted to enter the trade up here and up here. 43.70 was a good short area. 42.50 was a decent short area. This area is not. I don't like this area from a short perspective. I really think it's quite risky. Possibility for reversal to come in here, but again, you're trading against a trend. So I would wait for some more things to develop. Let's see what's going on, by the way, with open interest. Let's see tomorrow. So this is RSI divergence and an M-top to.
So here we go. So this is what I said last week, right? We'd bounce. We went down basically to 4,100. We'd bounce, and then we'd put in a possible M-top around this 4,300 area, and then roll over. This is where I would look for my short area. So that was last week. Now we're here at the present day. Let's go to that. Enough of looking at myself and me, as Mr. OTCB Big says, super ego. Enough of me being apparently a narcissist. Okay, so 42.94 right now. We have moved potentially above my RSI downtrend line, but we have a second RSI downtrend line like this, right? So we're tagging right at this level, the middle of the VIP line. It's an important zone. Sorry, Dan. I do have more chocolate chips, but I watched myself back and I felt me eating those chocolate chips was very annoying. So I apologize to everyone who had to endure that. I do have them, but I don't want to annoy you guys. So I'm resisting the temptation. I have a little bit of coffee, which I should not be drinking at 11:30 at night. But you know, I want to do a good show for you guys, and I cannot be sleepy and do a good show. Okay, so look at this major reversal. We're coming up. We're touching the underside of my parallel channel. We are touching my major resistance level. This is the 50-day moving average. We've moved above the 200. Probably a lot of people that had stops right above the 200. So it's a perfect area to run shorts. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's go to the 4 hour. And we've got a 7 and 8 that's come in here. We're tagging this midpoint. You can see how many times this midpoint had a major reversal level, right? And there's no divergence yet. It's just price is just straight up This looks, to me, this looks like a short squeeze. This is a major short squeeze. Let's see, where was I talking? Last week was right here when I was speaking about it, and you see we got one more lower low, and we reversed. What Tom DeMarco candle counter do you use, Dan? I use the Truenomic CD sequential. You can see I'll turn it on and off. That's the one I have. I think it's the best. I like that it's small and obtrusive, but still clear enough that it pops for me. There's a lot of other ones that are just like a little number, and I don't notice it. You're welcome. So there's 7 and 8 is coming in on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, do we have any development? Nothing, just straight up. But we do have a 9, and we're hitting this massive resistance. I'm not taking a short yet. I'm watching to see if anything develops, simply because this is the first major resistance level of the rebound. Now, if this doesn't hold and we push above this, and we start creating some further market structure, I could see us going to all-time highs. We'll just head all the way up above 4,600. We'll head all the way to possibly 5,000. So this is a very, very, very important area, and I'm watching it extremely closely. I have right here this downtrend line. So this is the area to watch, and one of two things are going to happen. I'm gonna draw you guys. I'm gonna draw out what the possible scenarios are. Here we go, brush. Okay, so one scenario, we do this. Actually, there's 3. You just like push up and just go straight up. I highly doubt that's going to happen. That's my least likely scenario. The other scenarios, we push up, we bounce, we play in this area, and then we move higher. Okay, like that. And the other scenario is we do this, and then we roll over, and we end up down here, and either we go to new lows, or we then put in a divergent W, and then we go higher. Those are kind of the scenarios. It's possible that we roll over and crash, but I have a hard time seeing that happening considering the seasonality. We're in November now. Next comes December Christmas rally. You know, it's typically a very bullish time of year. I have a hard time seeing the market crashing considering the seasonality. The crash window was September, October. And we had a pullback. But it was definitely not, there was no significant crash. We just went back to the same levels we were at in May. It's not like it wasn't a terribly horrible disaster move. It just wasn't. So this is what I'm looking for in the S&P. Major resistance here. If there was ever area to get short, this is the area. I really like, let me see something, if I can do something for you guys. See what does chaos look like here. That. Like that. We basically hit the chaos level, by the way. So I would have drawn chaos like this. Oh, that's a very rough estimate there, and we perfectly tagged. And the way I line this up is I get the approximate bottom, then I look at where 1.618 was and 2.618. Did they act as resistance levels? They did. There was a rejection, and that gives me my final chaos level, and that helps give confluence to, okay, this is a possible reversal area. I want to look to get short in this zone. Over here, we have the highs that could be taken out. They might grab the liquidity here. So if you're looking to get short, you might look for something like this. And then you have a divergence in RSI, and you get short right up here at 43.29. If you wanted to get short even right now, you could do this, and I would set my stop above these highs here, quite a bit above them, maybe 43.50. And then I would target the downside right down here for a 2-to-1 risk reward trade. Not the best trade ever, but it's something I would consider. I think you're a bit late on the long side, and you're gonna get destroyed on whatever pullback happens. You kind of miss the big squeeze move. Okay, so that's the S&P. Let's take a quick peek at, let's get rid of myself from last week. Let's look at what's going on with open interest. Look at the calls. There's nothing. I've talked to you guys about this before. What does this mean when you have a massive amount of puts and you have almost no calls? There's a huge divert. Wow, look at my shirt. I'm like sparkly with snow. Peace from BB Rant. If nothing else, man, the trolls are in here hard today. I'm getting trolled. But anyway, whatever. If you like it, great. Hit the like button. If you don't, hit the thumbs down button or troll me, whichever you enjoy. It's fine. So puts are right here. This is expiring tomorrow. I would look at the ones today, but it doesn't really make a difference. It's usually the Friday one that really matters. You can see the mass amount of puts at 4,100. Obviously, that is going to expire worthless, and 4,200 is also going to expire worthless. We have 4,300 on the call side, which is providing look at my shirt. This is crazy. What is happening here? 4,300 is providing the wall, but like this market can run. Like there's nothing here. Let's actually look at next week. Let me see my calendar. We've got 10 and 17. Those are the two expiring. Let's go to 10 and see what that looks like. Pretty even. A lot more calls going into next week. And then let's go to the 17th. Barely anything on the call side. Just 4,400. Everything else is just open. But puts on the put side, you've got a ton of puts. Way more puts than calls. Huh. Fascinating. What this tells me is that we're going to head higher, which means that it makes sense. My little scenarios I laid out for you guys, which did I delete them or they just disappear? Okay, daily chart. You see how I have 3 upside scenarios, 1 downside scenario. There's a reason for that. I think the pain trade is to the upside. So I'm leaning towards we're going to stall here, get a bit of a pullback, and then push higher. And that's going to be your chance to jump on some longs. And the options market concurs with that because maximum pain for option traders will be if the market moves higher. Too many people are short again. Let's look at our investor sentiment survey. We still have 50%. 50% of people are bearish. Holy crap. I'm going to adjust my, damn it. I'm going to adjust my thing. Why is my shirt so sparkly? What is happening here? Properties. Let me see. Filters. Let's try to fix this. Incredible. Whatever's going on down there. Not really something I want to fix live, but we'll just do it. Okay, there we go. There, good. Fixed. Mostly it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. Anyway, 50% are bearish. What is happening? Of course the market's going to go up. Of course. Like you guys got to look at this stuff. Every week it's updated. It was updated yesterday. You don't have to wait for me. Oh, now you tell me. Now you tell me it's fun after I turn it off. Thank you, Mr. Liquefier, whatever that name is. You should make a harder to spell name. I need something more difficult. Something like DMAC MACD. That's even more difficult and ridiculous. All right. So this is interesting. A lot of things indicating. I'm not even going to look at any of this stuff, by the way, because I'm kind of tired of looking at the things coming out from the Fed. I mean, obviously we had Powell yesterday. He said the same bullshit he's been saying for weeks. And we had unemployment claims come out. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit higher, blah, blah, blah. But, they keep revising this data a month after. I saw something about, like, job openings. And the data originally was 500,000 job openings. And they revised it down to only 300,000. 200,000 revision. How could it be off by that much? It just seems a bit absurd. So I don't even see the point in paying attention to any of this stuff. I just don't. I don't even know if I'm going to go over it anymore because it doesn't seem to have any bearing on anything whatsoever. It's easier if I just pay attention to the technicals and we just go with that. We look at the options market and we see, okay, and we look at sentiment surveys and we see, okay, what can the market do to, I'm trying to think of something that is okay for YouTube to handle. Let's take the position, the opposite of whatever the market wants to do to cause the maximum amount of, we'll say, bleeding, pain, so the maximum number of people. Just do the opposite of that, and your portfolio will go up. That's it. Or just purchase the TRI breath and follow that, which I'm really sorry, but the price just massively went up. Black Friday is coming, so maybe there's some kind of discount. You know, we'll do something. We have to. Black Friday. Everyone asks a million times. I used to hate doing Black Friday things, but now we do it because people love it. Black Friday. We're gonna do maybe a whole week of Black Friday. We'll see. I think 2 days, 3 days isn't enough anymore. In Thailand, actually, they're already celebrating Christmas. I was somewhere the other day, and there were Christmas songs playing, and the Christmas tree is up. It's absurd, but you know, commercialism in full force. I don't know why I'm ranting about these things. Let's get back to the market. So yeah, I'm not gonna focus on these kind of news metrics that come out from the government as much. I'm gonna mostly focus on what the market can do that will screw over as many people as possible, and then try to find a way to do the opposite. And of course, look at what the technicals are telling me. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so that's the S&P. I've got a couple other stocks I want to look at, but I think I've already been talking for 20 minutes. We've only got another 10, 15 minutes. 10, 15 minutes to go. And hey, I'm allowed to support. This is a very comfy shirt, okay? Let me tell you. Annalisa, the Pro membership is not the same as the Silver membership. The Pro membership includes access to our breath tool, which I'll talk about at the end of the stream in about 15 minutes. Would you still follow? David asks. Well, David, you can ask that in the Pro channel or in the Afterparty, and we'll actually in the Pro channel. You ask that question in the Pro channel, and I'll answer later. But I would prefer we don't talk about the latest thing from the breath. You know, there's lots of people who didn't pay for it that want access to that, so we shouldn't give that away. Okay, you guys have two choices right now. I can talk about like 2 or 3 stocks, or I can talk about Bitcoin. What do you guys want in the last 10 minutes we have before we go to the after party? You want both? Well, for everyone that's a member, we will talk about every single stock and every single crypto in the after party. But for the live public show, you guys want to talk about Bitcoin, or you want to talk about 1 or 2 stocks? Oh, all right. Well, you guys, I think you guys are all members, so just copy that and keep it in mind, and we'll talk about all of that in the after party. Okay, it seems like everybody wants to talk about stocks. Let's see. Was there a vote for anything? Tesla and Google, they got gaps. PayPal, Roku, Under Armour. Damn. Okay, you guys are all over the place. Let's talk about PayPal. I have PayPal. Let's talk about PayPal. Let's look at it. PayPal is in a very interesting position. We're going to talk about Boeing, Luke. Guys, remember these stocks you asked me about and repost them in the after party stream. I hate that we gotta switch the stream, but we're going to have to. Just copy them, save them, and I will talk about it in the after party. I'm just gonna go through 1 or 2 on the public show, and then we're gonna have to go to the private one. Okay, so PayPal is really interesting because the weekly actually broke down on the RSI. Stochastic looks like pure shit. However, this is like a descending wedge, which oftentimes is bullish, and the location is amazing. It really is. But I can't endorse this because I do think PayPal kind of sucks. Like, they have so many fees. It's ridiculous. The daily has broken out. Like, this is, I actually should do it like this. This is the more appropriate way to do this. The daily has broken out, right? This is quite a breakout. However, we're still in a downtrend line below my midpoint. The gap has mostly filled. You've still got a little bit of a gap here. But if PayPal can push higher like this, and we get something like that, this is a great long. So I would love to see a close up here, pull back, and then I can get long here, set my stop below the lows, and just pray even just for a 200-day moving average move right here, like that. That's your trade on PayPal. Love it. 4-to-1 risk reward ratio, 28% move, and that would just be filling the gap over here, right? This $70 gap from earnings when they reported poor earnings. What was it? Negative surprise. Revenue was up 7 billion. And what happened here? Basically the exact same revenue. Actually, revenue was a little bit higher, but they surprised to the upside. Earnings 130. You know, a little bit higher. surprise to the upside, everything to the upside, and that's why they gapped up. That's the trade I'm looking for. PayPal, I would wait a little bit, but I am watching it closely. PayPal just got by SEC. Yeah, I saw about the coin, but again, fundamentals don't matter. Buy now, pay later is what they're banking on for growth. Yeah, of course. We even use the buy now, pay later thing on PayPal. It's only for U.S. citizens, is my understanding. Look, I always talk about Bitcoin. I'm gonna talk about it really fast, and then we're gonna close up the stream. We're almost at 30 minutes. Let me just do it quickly. Gotta talk about some crypto. Look at this. Look at this reversal on Bitcoin. So we had a 9 come in. Look how the 9 came in. Fundamentals do matter. I'm kidding with that comment. Look, they matter. I am just annoyed about the revisions from the government statistics that I'm seeing come out lately. The very high level of revisions and the fast market reactions that don't seem to matter, especially in the short term. Now, in the long term, if you look at the trends after they revise the data, sometimes it matters a little bit. I just feel like there are not some clear things that happen. So, you know, just take what I'm saying. This is my personal opinion with some stuff. I do think fundamentals matter in the long term. In the short term, I don't think they matter as much as technicals and who is going to lose the maximum amount of money with the move, or who's going to be hunted for liquidity. Okay, now that I've clarified that position and Brian does not murder me, I'm going to continue. Okay, so we got a 9. And then, look, the market totally paused. And then the next one came in. Again, we got another one, 9. And we got a reversal off that. And we got a divergence. Look at this divergence right here. I'm going to go to actually a lower time frame here, you guys. And look at this. And we did this. So price made a higher high. Indicator made a lower low. And that's how we get our divergence. And the question is, what is going to happen here? Are we topping? Or is this Bitcoin just playing shenanigans? Who knows? I have no idea. All I know is the weekly is sitting at 8, which is typically a pause level. We're at the 50%. So many people are super bullish. We're way overbought on all these indicators. Daily especially is super overbought. It's rolling over. I am short Bitcoin. I'm short from up here. I shorted today. I'm all the way short up here. 35,500. I have my stop. Actually, I shorted 35,550. I've got my stop at 3,500 right now. I don't care if I get stopped out. I'm targeting down here at this 31,000 level, looking for that to be hit, and then I can take some nice profits. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I would not get my hopes up that this is going to suddenly just blast higher, but it's Bitcoin, so anything can happen. I'm really unsure, but there's a lot of potential to roll over here, and Brian's posted a couple times to cool your jets on the bull side and to be careful. 1 hour looks especially bearish. It's tagging this 200-day moving average on the 1 hour chart. Do need to see a breakdown below that. If you're not short yet, you can maybe look on these lower time frames to try to get into a short. Probably going to bounce a bit here, and then maybe you can get into a short up here at 3,500. But you are going against this weekly trend, which is to the upside right now. So just keep that in mind. But you have an 8 and 7 potential divergences. Seven. So be careful with Bitcoin. It's again in a bit of a no man's zone. I think you can wait a couple days, get more data, and then consider a short. This spike was pretty obvious to the upside that it was going to roll over right here on the 1 hour chart. So that's why I jumped in on the short side over here earlier today. And I'm very happy with my current position. So hopefully that explains things to you guys. Trader's market in and out. Yeah, it's kind of a trader's market. It could just sit around here. I'm hoping for this breakdown, run the liquidity to the downside, destroy all the longs, and then it can possibly head higher. Certain other magical TRI tools are also not looking so great with Bitcoin right now. Hint, hint. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to touch on one more thing. The TRI. What did I want to talk about with the TRI breath? I think I wanted to talk about something, but I can't remember. I guess the only thing to say is I hope everyone was able to get in on the breath. Prices have gone up. It's now 1,995. If you missed it, we might be having a Black Friday special. But if you can't wait about a month, you can always buy it at the current price now. Totally up to you. We did give a 1 week notice, so hopefully. Do you get this information on any kind of signal, or do you have to check the chart all the time? Luke, well, I guess you're not part of the breath. You haven't bought the breath, but if you buy the breath, you meant for the RSI? I can set alerts. So if I have, if I draw some kind of trend line, I can set an alert when it crosses the trend line. I can set an alert when it crosses a certain number. Not that hard. I often do that in the daily chart in a lot of stocks. For the breath, you get notifications on Discord. If you're in the Discord, you get a notification when a signal is pushed out. So it's pretty easy. You don't really have to do too much. Okay, so I think we're going to call it a day on the public show. You guys remember the stocks and the crypto coins you wanted me to look at, and ask me in the private one, and we'll go through all of them. Okay, glad you could catch me, Matt. Okay, for everyone that's part of the public, I hope you have a great rest of the week. I will see you next week, same time, same bad channel. Consider signing up for a free trial, and you can come over, join the Afterparty, where we're going to go through tons of stocks, tons of names today. We're going to talk about a bunch of crypto. I have lots of stuff I want to go over, and hopefully I'll see everyone there. All right, bye, guys.